Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
This is Autoline Daily for November 24, 2010, and now the news. Yesterday, we reported on how electric utilities are finally admitting they could have problems with electric cars. Today, Wards reports that those fast chargers for EVs are at the heart of the problem. Those are the 480-volt direct current units that can recharge a car quickly. Nissan says they can recharge 80% of a Leaf's batteries in 30 minutes, but they suck up a lot of juice, up to 50,000 watts per recharge, and that places a tremendous load on the grid. And now General Motors says those fast chargers will reduce battery life if used repeatedly. The Level 3 chargers will cost anywhere from $45,000 to $64,000 installed. In many cases, the U.S. Energy Department is subsidizing the cost. GM's Opel unit is getting itself reclassified as a company. Instead of officially being called Adam Opel GmbH, it will now become Adam Opel AG. GmbH stands for Limited Liability Company, AG stands for Corporation, and that's going to allow Opel to become a publicly traded company, which will help it raise money on its own rather than just rely on the General Motors mothership. And GM's IPO has gotten the company a lot of attention, but one thing that's kind of flown under the radar is the fact that the company replaced its logo on its headquarters. According to the New York Times, GM took down its old blue and white block letter logo and replaced it with an LED sign that shows vintage GM logos. It cycles through 3 different logos every minute or so. GM made the move because it wants to change its image and show that the company is evolving. But thanks, GM. Now we got to go change all of our graphics. And in other GM news, the company, along with its partners in China, SAIC and Wuling, unveiled the Baojun 630 earlier this week, which is the first passenger car from the joint venture's all-new low-cost brand. The car was developed in China for that market using GM technology, and it meets Euro 4 emission standards. Production has already started, but the car will not go on sale until early next year. Pricing and specifications were not announced. That Ford Raptor is a monster. Where there's no pavement, this heavily modified F-150 is hard to beat, which is exactly why the U.S. Border Patrol wanted at least 10 of the trucks in its fleet to guard the Mexico-Arizona border. But there was a problem. According to Autoblog, Ford only builds the off-road pickup with fancy leather seats, which is a no-no for the Border Patrol. But after a little string pulling, the feds got what they wanted. Ford specially built a truckload of Raptors with cloth-covered chairs and custom paint. Loyal Autoblog reader Matt was able to snap a couple of photos of the pickups on the hauler. They look just as menacing wearing the government's green and white livery as they do in the factory colors. But you know, it's enough to make me want to be a Border Patrol agent. If you're a big shot executive at a car company, you'd better know how to drive. And if you're the president of Ferrari, you'd better know how to race. Autoblog is running some video of Luca di Montezemolo behind the wheel of the new Lancia Stratos, putting the car through its paces at the Fiorano racetrack in Italy. Surprisingly, the Ferrari chief seems to like the car, even though it doesn't have a prancing pony on the hood. Could that be because it's powered by one of his company's 4.3-liter V8 engines? Well, maybe. You know, it's not every day we see the head of an automaker behind the wheel, which makes this video pretty cool. Coming up next, it's time for You Said It.
Introducing Bridgestone's 3rd generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
And now it's time for some of your feedback. Dale Leonard saw our report that utilities are now admitting electric cars could pose a problem for the grid. He writes, did the utility companies just wake up from a 20-year nap that all of a sudden they're in a panic about electric cars and the grid? Well, Dale, I think the powers that be really wanted electric cars to come to the market, so they ignored any problem that could prevent that. And my prediction, the next thing that the EV crowd's going to have to fess up to, there's not one recycling center that can recycle lithium-ion batteries. Not one. Rainman84 believes there is a simple fix to the charging issue. He says, if it is clearly and widely advertised that people should charge at night, the problem goes away. Well, Rainman84, you're mostly right, except during hot summer nights, when people are running their air conditioning all night, which already causes brownouts in a lot of places, even without any electric cars. John M. is wary of Volkswagen shooting to become the largest automaker in the world. He says, watch out for Volkswagens. Anytime an automaker shoots for number one, it seems to result in decreased quality and customer service. John M., you are right. VW's goal should be building the best cars and offering the best service. That's how you get to be number one, not by setting arbitrary manufacturing targets. Salvador G. saw our coverage of the Hyundai media party at the LA Auto Show and says, please tell me that an American automaker is topping that Hyundai presentation. Mermaids, drinks, music. Did reporters just applaud Jeff Bridges for getting a Genesis? And when can we, or I, go with you next time? Well, Salvador, no, none of the big three had a party anywhere near as good as Hyundai's. And sad to say, no, you can't go with us. And finally, Ed Maliff saw our report on a truck dealership in Florida giving away AK-47s as a sales gimmick. He writes, to give away AK-47s is a completely absurd, ridiculous idea, something that should never happen. They should give away M16s. You guys just crack me up. Hey, a programming note here. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, which is a big holiday here in the United States. It's a day in which we give thanks for what we have and do it with family and friends. So me and the crew will be out for the next 2 days, meaning there will not be an Autoline After Hours tomorrow, and Autoline Daily will return next Monday. So have a great Thanksgiving and a great weekend, and we will see you then.